We appreciate you, Adam. I mean, to me, the biggest story isn't even in the Amari Cooper. Jakobi Meyers calls for a trade, and then the Raiders call his bluff by signing Amari Cooper. What do you make of the whole Jakobi Meyers situation?
First of all, I don't think they're necessarily related. They play for two pretty distinct. They play two pretty distinct positions.
It's WWE move. You bullshit me, I bullshit you. Here you go.
I mean, maybe. I think they already talked to him anyway. They're very different in this offense. They're like very, very distinct. It's like two totally different positions. So you can call both wide receivers, but it's really not. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think it's been brewing for a while. Jacoby's been frustrated with his contract situation. There's no question. My thoughts on it are, Jakobi Meyers sees himself as a number one receiver now, which he is the Raiders' number one receiver. And I think they said, show us again. Like, you've done it once. And I think that's fair. I think it's fair on both sides, right? Jakobi wants to get paid now because he's coming off his best season of his career, and he might not have the same season this year. And the team said, we're not going to pay you number one receiver money when you've done it one time. And I think that's where they're at. And I understand the frustration. I understand the team also saying to him, like, no. Also, we're not going to trade you. But yeah, it's a fascinating situation. I think that is probably not going to really develop into much. I don't think they're going to trade him, and I don't think he's going to stop being frustrated. So we'll see.
Brian Smith says, I'm a big Adam Hill fan, being that I live in Las Vegas. Love his sarcasm. I don't know what he means by that.
No, I've never been sarcastic once in my life.
Go ahead, Gilbert.
Adam, part of me kind of, and it sounds weird to say this because I rarely agree with the Raiders' line of thinking, but the Raiders had the right approach to say, you're not a real number one wide receiver. You are on our team because we have a real number one wide receiver.
Right.
You're more of a number three. But yeah, we're not gonna, give you the raise here, and we probably won't trade you because we need all the help we can get at the position. And like you mentioned, the Amari Cooper signing is different. But is that the right approach from the Raiders to say, yeah, you probably had some leverage here, but really you're not a real number one here?
Yeah, I mean, I've said this. When people ask about Jakobi Meyers to me, I've always said he's one of the best number two receivers in the league. And he's the Raiders' number one receiver, which is probably not the position you want to be in for the Raiders, but he's number one by default. I think he's a really, really good player. And also he does a lot of things that you don't talk about. I mean, he's a really good blocker, really good guy in the locker room, all those things. And I think that's part of what he's going – I think that's the case he's making to management as well. Like, dude, I've been the good soldier. When we had a receiver here who wasn't the good soldier, who was a very, very, very bad soldier behind the scenes, I was the guy that – took over, put up the numbers, and was great in the locker room. And, that's what you asked me to do, and I did it. And it was a new administration now, but he did everything he was supposed to, and now he wants to get paid for it. And the team's saying, yeah, not quite yet.
Adam, I don't know if you can say behind the scenes because, I mean, we all saw it on Netflix.
That's true. I think it got even worse. It got even worse, though.
What do you think of the Jimmy G, Davante Adams reunion? I mean, there's questions. I mean, I personally, and I'm not trying to wish ill on anybody, it's just how it goes. I don't think it's a matter of if Jimmy G plays. I think it's when. There's going to be something that happens where Jimmy G and Davante Adams are back on the field again. What do you expect if that ends up happening?
Well, they already addressed it. It's fine, right? It was the dark cloud that was hanging over the organization here. That was the problem. It wasn't them.
Oh, okay.
And I guess we've all forgotten exactly what Davante said on the podcast, and the fact that he signed off on Aiden O'Connell replacing Jimmy G, which is still funny, but yeah, it's all water under the bridge. I don't know if you guys saw that interview. That's where we're at right now. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, there was a play where Gilbert and we were at the joint practice between the Rams and the Saints, and he left one. Jimmy.
Let me guess. Hold on. Let me guess what he threw a hospital ball to somebody and almost got somebody killed because that's what Jimmy G does.
That was Davante Adams.
Yeah, of course. Of course it was.
It's practice, Adam. He's just trying to practice a hospital ball. It's fine. No one's going to get
hurt. To get ready for those in the game.
Yeah, it's okay, Adam.
Maybe this is what headphones was talking about.
Oh, crap. Hold on. Omarion Hampton is up for bidding right now, so I got to be real focused.
All right, then we'll talk while you're getting this draft going. But
Gilbert, what did you think of AOC out with a broken wrist 6 to 8 weeks, and then now it's they trade for Kenny Pickett? That's Kenny Pickett's. He's been traded from Pittsburgh to Philly to Cleveland to now Las Vegas.
Well, hopefully my Wi-Fi is doing okay. I don't know who's glitching. It could be me or you. It could be anybody. But I'm fine. But Fernando, the funny thing, I told Adam, like, hey, I know you're busy with the backup quarterback situation in Las Vegas. You don't have to jump on. And then he gets Amari Cooper signing. Jakobi Meyers wants to trade. And then Kenny Pickett signs out. But I thought that a lot of the Raider fans were making a big deal about it. Oh, yeah, we got to get a QB2 here. And I'm like, if Geno Smith goes down, you're pretty much screwed. And then even with Geno Smith on the roster, like, you're maybe a playoff team. So I don't get why that was a big topic, but they were keeping Adam busy with that one. And then you bring Kenny Pickett, who probably is a downgrade from Aiden O'Connell. But again, it's the QB2. Who really gives a crap here? Adam does because he has to for work. But, I'll talk about it more from the Brown side, Fernando, before we get Adam back on here. Is I love how the GM, Andrew Berry, kept telling anybody who would listen, we're keeping all 4 quarterbacks. We're keeping all 4 on the 53-man roster here. And I'm like, you're just trying to say that so you could trade for Kenny Pickett later on for a team that needs them, and that ended up being the Raiders. So, hey, Pete Carroll wanted an experienced quarterback. Kenny Pickett has it from starting with the Steelers and, a couple games with the Eagles. Was it last year? I forget. But honestly, I don't know. It's a move you needed to make, but it's not really going to help the Raiders. If he's in, then it's going to be a long season for the Raiders.
I'm excited to talk to Adam in a little bit about his favorite topic. Obviously, one of them is Michigan. The other one is who's dating who. I really want to get into that and see what his thoughts are on who a certain quarterback is dating now. See what his thought process is.
Let him make a bid for Martin Hampton, and then we're going to hear about it. One, I want to know if he knows before the rumors came out, if he knew the singer. I had no idea who she was, but I think I know where you're getting at, Fernando.
Wait, say this again. Sorry, I was trying to charge my headphones, and I apparently can't charge them while I'm on with you guys. So my bad.
Well, we appreciate that, Adam. I wanted to get into both of your favorite topics. One, Michigan, and the other one is who's dating who. First off, with the Michigan stuff, Urban Meyer comes out and says he thinks Jim Harbaugh, former Michigan head coach, should serve a suspension in the NFL because he tuck-tailed and ran to the NFL from. What is what did you make of that, Adam?
I'm trying to how many I have to say allegedly. I remember people actually listen to lawyers can listen to things. Hypothetically, how many murders do we think Urban Meyer is responsible for?
Okay.
Said hypothetically. Said hypothetically.
like in what way? Like recruiting these people?
No.
Remember,
he was a part of the Florida Gators. The Florida Gators head coach. By the way, that PR video that they brought out on Netflix, that was terrible.
Terrible, awful.
That was so. Bad. They got into nothing. Nothing of what happened.
It was produced by Florida people.
Yeah. Oh, they just painted it like, oh, he had a system in there and he implemented it and the boys loved him and there was no problems. How many arrests were there on campus during his time? It was in the 60s, right? It was like 70s. Yeah, 60s, 70s. Yeah.
Yeah. So who should be suspended? Who was bad for the game of football? Who was bad for society? Jim Harbaugh, who stole some signs? Okay.
That everybody does. Gilbert, in the Aaron Hernandez buy-up that they did on Hulu or whatever, he knocks out a bartender and he ended up dead a couple days later. We don't know what happened, but Aaron Hernandez arrested, and one of the ADs from Florida shows up and he's like, Earl, I think we can let this go, right? He's like, yes, sir, we can. He's like, just make sure your boy doesn't do anything wrong. And he gets up and he leaves or whatever.
Wasn't that also pretty bad to watch? I think I saw.
Yeah. That guy's acting was terrible. But I just wanted to see what some of the stuff that they showed. But Adam, what did you make of a certain quarterback dating a certain TikTok star?
Wait, hold on. I want to go back a second.
Yeah.
Because I'm not excusing what Harbaugh and Michigan did.
Oh, no, I know you're not.
like I know I'm a Michigan fan. I'm wearing a hat. I'm also wearing a Michigan versus all y'all shirt right now. Because that, it's Michigan against the world with all the, everybody coming down or whatever. Like, yeah, it was messed up. They stopped before they won the title. So I think this,
Yeah.
Whatever. But it was bad and it should be punished and there should be repercussions and all of that. But the guy who decides to say something, okay, bro. All right, bro. Clean your own house first.
Yeah. Adam, what did you make of the certain pictures coming out of a certain quarterback dating a TikTok star?
I mean, that should be who TikTok stars are dating, right? Like that they're the biggest celebrities we have right now.
That's our TikTok star. She's actually a legit singer.
Oh, she is?
Yeah,
Madison Beer?
Yeah, she's like a real artist, no?
Hold on, Gilbert.
Wait, what?
Gilbert.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
I've never heard of her until I saw TMZ report. I don't know.
What does legit singer mean? Yes, I've been well aware of Madison Beer's work for a long time. She's very talented.
Hey, I asked
singer.
my fiance. I asked Caroline, does she have real songs? And she said yes. Okay, so I'm assuming she's somebody that's beyond.
So does Rebecca Black, the girl that's saying Friday. It's Friday. She has real songs too.
Okay. Well, I've never heard of them.
So
but
does
she
Kobe
does
Bryant
and dance and follow like lip singing and trending. Okay, I'm just trying to defend Justin Herbert's lady here, but that's it.
She's a girl who wanted to be a singer, who decided to go through TikTok and become Instagram famous before, and then she put out her music because she was famous. And you would literally have never heard of her if she wasn't incredibly attractive. But is she like a legit singer? I don't even know what that means.
I saw the bio.
I don't know what legit singer means anymore. I mean, that's pretty much that's just how most people get famous, I guess.
I thought she was legit. She's no Taylor Swift. Is that what you're saying?
He's legitimately hot. Good for Justin. I thought Justin was dating one of the NFL Network girls, though. That's not a thing anymore.
Allegedly.
That's old news.
All right. Did it end poorly? Or are we not discussing this?
Did he upgrade? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if it was. We don't know if it was true or not. Whatever. I don't know.
Well, if it was, did he upgrade? I want to know.
Oh. Madison Beer is very attractive, Gilbert.
There you go. True. It's an upgrade.
Good for him.
So that probably means Chargers to the Super Bowl? No, I don't know. Let me know in the comments, by the way.
I still like Taylor's still more talented. So are we going based on singing ability? Is that who determines who wins the division?
Star ability.
It's part of the scale. It's attractiveness.
Because Madison Beer would attract new fans, which is what the NFL is trying to do. Taylor Swift is kind of like a sponge. You've already kind of squeezed out enough from what you need from her fans. Now let's move on to the next one. I
don't know that I would compare the fan bases of Taylor Swift and Madison Beer.
You never know.
I know.
Hey, TikTok's pretty big. She has a massive fan base. Who knows?
Hold on, I got a bid on Travion Henderson.
Did you get Amari and Hampton or no?
No, I got way expensive. I did not. $45. I don't even have $45 left. So,
are you a big Amari and Hampton fan?
Fantasy wise, I think he's gonna have a good season for sure. I mean, look, I wouldn't. $45 is the same price. I'm trying to find out who else went for about that. Like,
well, I just meant like in general, like for this season.
Brock Bowers went for 45. Amon-Ra St. Brown went for 52. Like that's that area. I think he's going to be a good player. I think he's going to be very good. I think very interesting the rookie running backs that we have here in the AFC West to watch this year. I think there's going to be a lot of talent out there.
Gilbert.
So is this a dynasty or just an auction?
Oh, just an auction for this year, and I have 3 drafts later tonight. But I'm trying to get these out of the way first.
Fantasy football things are you in?
We've talked about this, and I don't think you want. I mean, it's up this year. It's up to 80. It's 86 right now.
Oh my god! And it's all for money, or just
So from the 86 leagues you're in, I'm sure the people who are watching are not in one of these 86 leagues. Sure. Adam, do you want to give away one of your gem picks? You're drafted on all 86 leagues?
Well, here's the thing I would say. No, there obviously no. It depends how drafts fall and where guys come up, that sort of thing. I think one of the problems that people have, especially if you're not like an obsessed fantasy person, if you just kind of loosely pay attention, you try to hear like the quote unquote experts out there. I think there's a lot of really good ones, and you get good advice. But I'll say, like, I'll give an example. Like yesterday, there was a guy in a league that I was in who clearly listened to like some podcasts and got like some sleepers and stuff, right? But then he starts taking them way too early. You're like, oh, like a guy that should have gone in the 10th round that would have been a really good pick. You're picking them in the 7th round. Now they're not a good pick anymore. So I think like that's one of the problems that people have is like you start hearing, I absolutely love, and the word's out on this because in the last 2 weeks in drafts I've done, he's gone from an average of early 4th, late 3rd to now mid 2nd. But Chase Brown is going to have a fantastic season for Cincinnati. And clear, this guy I was talking about yesterday picked him like number 6 overall. And I was like, okay, really good pick. He's going to be a good player, but now you've wasted the value that you could have had by drafting him in the 2nd round by picking him in the 1st round. Like, it's not a value anymore. So I think that's one of the problems people have with just taking in information if you're not like able to fully process. If you're just like, oh, I want this guy. That's some of the things that Drake London got way too expensive too.
Well, to make my question a little more personal here, since in that situation occurred in our league a couple of days ago, where it was the back end of the 2nd round. I think I had the 2nd and last pick in the 2nd round, and I had a choice with Chase Brown, Kyron Williams, Bucky Irving. I went Bucky Irving, and the guy next after me got Chase Brown. Did I make a mistake?
It's close. I don't think I wouldn't call it a mistake. That's the back of the 2nd round.
Yeah, the back end of the 2nd round.
Oh, Chase Brown would have been great there. That would have been a great pick. But yeah,
he went right after my pick. That's why I was like, crap.
You should have had Adam join your league.
Apparently, yeah. I beat him join our March Madness poll and he freaking won by default, but he did win.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the other Adam apparently, and I still think Adam was a guy who had both brackets.
It might have been. I don't know for sure. It could have been.
Adam, what are your top 3 teams to watch on Sunday, NFL Ticket or Red Zone this season?
Oh, Cincinnati Bengals number 1.
Wow.
I mean, they're so fun. They're so fun. I mean, every game's going to be 41-38, just like last year. They're one of the most fun teams to watch. I very much enjoy them. I mean, low-key, I'm not going to put them in the top 3, but low-key, I think the Raiders are going to be like that a little bit. Like, they're going to score points and they can't defend. So I think there's going to be a lot of shootouts involving the Raiders, which is so funny because it's so not what Pete Carroll wants. Like, that's not the games Pete Carroll wants to play, but I think you're going to see some. So that's kind of funny and amusing to me. Let's see, who else am I putting in this top? Like, you're going to sit down like, oh, I really want to watch this team play.
Yeah, like on Sunday NFL Ticket.
Well, I mean, look, I'm going to take off the hat and the shirt for right now, but I do really want to watch a lot of Vikings. Like, I want to see JJ at the NFL level, how he adapts, how he takes over, and how he works with other JJ and JJ connection. How does that kind of play out? And can Minnesota maintain some sort of level that they were at last year? Obviously, somehow winning that division or being right there, that was a really good season for them. And they don't want to take too much of a step back. I want to see how they kind of play. I mean, the chaos factor that I always love, and I think you guys might know, my favorite coach in the NFL is Mike McDaniel. Miami could every week, Miami could win a game, or like 8 guys could quit on the field. Like, I'm here for that. So like they're on my list too. Like, and they have so many fun players also, right? Like Tyreek and Waddle and Achane and Darren Waller, my guy now playing tight end. I mean, anything can happen any week with the Dolphins. So I think they have to be on that list too.
It's crazy that he goes from Vegas to Miami or to New York to now Miami. Darren Waller. Those are like the recent cities in the country.
I also went to one of Darren's concerts last year. Me and about 8 other people, and I think it was probably at that point that he was like, I should probably play again.
Somebody saying the Green Bay Packers are a team to watch.
I think they're up there for sure, but I mean, they're like, is Jordan Love going to stay healthy? I know he's back practicing, but a little concerning in the offseason.
I agree.
Well, Adam, the Miami Dolphins won't quit until December when it gets colder, so
That's true.
They'll be fine for a couple months,
It could be
sticking
chaos,
to
though.
NFC, yeah, they'll score points in September. We all remember the 70-20 game in September of 2023. I lost track already. But sticking to the NFC North, Adam, I guess how do you view that division? Because I know last year 3 teams got into the playoffs. I see only one, and I'm still going to ride with the Detroit Lions. But I'm assuming you're high on Minnesota, or you want to see how JJ does. But
Yeah,
are you expecting the Lions to regress a little bit? Are you expecting the Bears to finally do something? The Packers are in there too as well.
Well, I think the Bears are certainly going to be improved. I don't think there's much question about that. Obviously with Ben Johnson coming in and running that offense, and conversely, that makes the Lions that much more of a question mark. I like Dan Campbell, but replacing both coordinators from a team that was that well coached is going to be a huge challenge. So I want to see how they're able to pull that off. But I think the division is very competitive because I do think the Bears are a lot better. I think Minnesota steps back, the Lions step back, and I think the Packers are really good. Like that. Anybody could be within like a game or two at the very end. It could all be all bunched up, like a bunch of 10 and 7s and 9 and 8s in that division. Settle down.
Are you interested in? Is that are the Bears one of those teams that you're kind of looking at to see what Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams can do this year?
Yes, I don't care about preseason. It's very stupid. But how many people watched the Bears Bills game? Were you guys watching it?
No.
Yeah, I agree. It was like 5 million people, I think, something like that.
It was a blowout. And the final score is not what I cared about, but the Bears on their opening drive, the returner kind of botched the kickoff return and accidentally stepped out of the end zone and then got tackled at the 2-yard line. And so, like, the Bears were going to have Caleb out there for one possession, and it's like, hell, here, take the ball at your own 2 and see what you can do. And it was like Holston Loveland down the seam, DJ Moore, who was it? Zacchaeus, I think, with a touchdown. It was like 6 plays right down the field, gained like 15 yards every time, touchdown. Like, really, really impressive drive. And again, I don't care about the preseason in general. I didn't care what the final score of that game was, but man, did Caleb Williams look comfortable on that drive and in Ben Johnson's offense. I really liked what I saw.
Are you buying the? Every year we see a team that gets hype and everything, and it seems like
Hold on. Hey, I'm gonna step away a second. You guys talk. Sorry.
All right. No, you're good. All right, Adam's gonna step away for a second. Gilbert, interesting nuggets there. I mean, obviously, we're talking about.
First of all, whose Wi-Fi is freezing? Because I'm so confused. Is it mine or Adam's? I can't tell anymore.
I think it's you, because I heard Adam and I saw Adam. Yeah, Vic. If it's Gilbert, if it's Gilbert's, go up. If it's Adam's, thumbs down.
All right, I'll look at that. Vic. There you
go. Okay. Gilbert, I thought that was interesting. Obviously, we all know that the Bills were playing. That's why, again, I know the NFL would never do it because they don't make money off of it. But maybe they could do, well, the NFL Network's now a part of ESPN, but put cameras at every single joint practice, let fans watch it and make money maybe that way, live stream it, do something different. I think preseason games are complete bullshit. I just think it's a money grab. Like you saw, Justin Herbert played 1 series and that was it. I would love to see Angel. We'll ask Adam that right now. The joint practice to me, I mean, if you could do, oh yeah, go ahead. Adam, I don't know if I'm reaching a little bit, but my thought process is instead of having preseason, take those out. I know it's a money grab. Take those out, make them do 2 or 3 joint practices, and then put cameras in the at the joint practice. Let fans watch it, live stream it. We're headed to live streaming anyway. Why don't we do that and go that way so that fans can watch their team in a joint practice? Bears and Jets and all this stuff. Let them do stuff like that instead of preseason games, because obviously fans are still watching, but to get the most out of it, I feel like I think teams get the most out of joint practices than they do preseason games.
Well, they do for sure. But what I want you to do, take this idea. When's the next Chargers practice that you're covering?
Oh God, Wednesday.
Walk in and go tell each player you want to take away like 10% of their money. Just come back and tell me what they say after that.
You're right. Okay. They're gonna get an 18th game. They're gonna make it up anyway.
Not all of it.
Well,
it'll be 18. It'll be 18 regular and 2 pre. That's what it'll be.
Okay, less practices. They'll sign for anything.
Somebody's asking if you think Jeanty's the real deal.
What does the real deal mean? Can we define this?
Well, I don't know. He just said, can you ask Adam if Jeanty's the real deal? He hasn't looked too impressive.
Yeah, if he gets like 1,000 yards, not 1,400 yards, is that still pretty good for a rookie? I think
that'd be a disaster. It'd be a disaster.
No, but like,
that's the problem, right? So, do I think Ashton Jeanty is an unbelievable football player? Yes. Is he the best? Is he the best running back that was in the draft? Yeah, probably the best prospect of the last 3-4 years, at least since Bijan Robinson. All those things are true. So I think sorry, I'm in the middle of something.
Good.
Those things are all true, but the problem is that you can't take a running back where they took him. And I've said that for a long time. Like, it becomes to the point where he has to have like an unbelievable season. He has to really have an unbelievable 5 seasons. And even then, like, you don't get the value out of a great player that you would have anyway. So, I mean, if you look back on like how many different running backs, like Saquon was unbelievable for the Giants, but it didn't really translate to wins. The 1 year, they went to the playoffs once, and he had like one of the best rookie seasons ever, and they didn't win any games because that's not how you build a team. And you don't fix a running game by drafting a running back. You fix a running game by scheme and offensive line. Like, that's how you make a running game better. A running back is a luxury that good teams have that bad teams don't. And so I think Ashton Jeanty is going to be phenomenal. But that doesn't mean he was the right pick. So that's the problem.
I like that. Yeah, that's a good analysis for it. Like I was telling you,
my guess is year 6 he'll go win a Super Bowl with some other team.
You want to guess which team? Where's the trade going to be? Like,
ooh,
I don't know.
Cleveland. Good question. By that time, I mean that's tough. Let's go Steelers.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
All right. Clip it out, Vic. When
Aaron Rodgers will still be the quarterback. Adam, when I was asking you before you had to step out for a minute, the Denver Broncos are the team that, if you listen to to Albert Breer, Diana Rossini, to all these people, they think that all these insiders and reporters, they all think that Denver's the real deal. They feel like they're Super Bowl contenders. That are you buying that?
Yes and no. Like, I'm buying it, but probably not for the reasons a lot of them are. I think a lot of people are really high on Bo Nix. I'm not. I think people in Denver got so mad at this when I did an interview in Denver and said this, but everybody, this is not made up, right? Everybody knew Bo Nix was the most NFL ready quarterback in the draft. Like, that was said for how long? It turns out it was probably Jaden Daniels, but that was the whole thing was, hey, Bo Nix is the most ready NFL quarterback. He's going to step in and be ready to start day one, much more than the other guys are. So is it a surprise that he stepped in and played at a very high level? Like, to me, he almost was at a ceiling last year.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's 36 years old. He played like 150 college games. Like, he stepped in and played, I mean, I think better than everybody thought, but also that's what everybody said. He was going to be ready. He was, he had so much experience. He was almost where he's going to be. And that's what he did. And I don't think there's just, most people would say when you have a year like that, there's this huge progression coming. I don't see it. But I think he can be about the same guy he was last year. And then the defense might be the best in the league. So, that combination, I think, does make them a contender. But I don't see some huge jump coming from Bo Nix that a lot of people have talked about.
I remember last year, Adam, I went with the over on the Broncos winning like 4.5 games. And they started out pretty rocky in September. And then I think we got together in Vegas and we went to have those where was that breakfast place with the weird potatoes I'd never heard of before?
Village Pub?
Yeah. You're like, yeah, you're fine. You're gonna get the over on that one, and they ended up winning 11 or 10 games. So you were spot on that. You were spot on with that one, and Is there another
Well,
team
last year, to be clear, also, like, this is not revisionist. Like, I told you that. I also, I have some friends that every year make like a group bet on one team, either over or under, and just kind of cheer them or cheer for against them all year. And last year they asked me what my thought was, and I said I think the best bet on the board is Broncos over. And I mean that's what ended up happening, obviously. So I mean it's not like I'm looking back and saying, oh, everybody knew they were going to be good. Like I thought they were going to go way over the total last year. I thought that was the best bet.
Yeah, I was trying to give you the credit, Adam. So that's my segue. Who's that team this year who is maybe being bet heavily under, or maybe have the lowest total in Vegas? The New Orleans Saints. I don't know, but is there a team that you feel like might take a leap this year and go the over?
They're bad. Well, you missed the opportunity on one. Like, and this is not I've been accused of being a Raider hater for a long time. The Raiders opened 6.5. I thought that was ridiculous. Like, I think they're an 8-win team. But it opened 6.5. Now it's 7.5. I think that value is gone. I don't think you can do that anymore. Man, I do think the Saints are awful. There's a lot of buzz. Like, there was a big gambling expo basically this week. A lot of people in town. A lot of people are betting the over on the Giants.
Really?
I don't know.
What's the line?
I don't know
for the win total.
Like 5.5.
Ah, they have a hard schedule, but they're talented.
Russell Wilson and a good defense with, I mean, obviously Malik Neighbors, like they can do something.
Hey, Fernando, let me ask Adam the question that we got into a heated debate a month ago, where I said, right now, I'd rather take the New York Giants roster over the Raiders roster. And Fernando, Victor, Dan all pretty much laughed at me. I said New York. What do you think about that one?
The whole roster?
Yeah, take it. Yeah, who cares about their win-loss record this year? The whole roster. Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, that defense. Come on.
I think I'm going Giants.
There you go.
And the Raiders are going to win more games. The Raiders are a better team right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm going off of.
But I said,
I think I'm going Giants. But you get them forever, right? Like, so, like,
yeah.
The problem the Raiders have is, like, Geno Smith is a really good quarterback, but he's not a quarterback of the future. Like, Russell Wilson and Geno Smith aren't that far off, really. I know Raiders fans don't like hearing it. And the Giants already have their guy, they think, for the future. The Raiders don't. It's not Kenny Pickett, and it's not Cam Miller. It's not Aiden O'Connell.
Is it true, Adam?
There you go.
What's that?
Joe Morley called me out for that take, too, by the way. Shout out to you, Joe Morley.
I can't. It's too small. I don't have the whole screen called up.
Adam Hill loves Fernando.
Oh, boy. I don't know about all that.
No, well, I went with the Raiders because I think obviously offensively they're very good. I think they have a better offensive line than the Giants do. Obviously, defensive wise,
Giants have invested a lot more in their line.
Raiders?
The Giants have. They've invested far more than the Raiders.
That doesn't mean that they have enough. That they have
like
the talent.
Max Crosby's on their line.
I'm talking about offensive line, not defensive. Adam,
both sides.
Who is your ride or die team for 2025?
Like, who's winning it?
No, like, yeah, who's the team that you're going to ride with no matter what this season?
Well, I mean, I have concerns that the Bills are going to win a lot of games, which I don't like. They have like one of the easiest schedules I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't know. I don't want to go back to the Bengals, but I mean that's the team I want to watch every single week. So I mean that's going to be my throw it on the Sunday ticket as I'm sitting there watching the Raiders.
I don't have
Are they making the playoffs? By the way, Adam, yeah. Bengals.
I think they are. Oh, and it's always. I'll say this: always Ravens. Like there's nobody I've ever liked watching more than Lamar Jackson, and I think the team is so well coached. The defense is really good. There's nobody I like watching more than them. I love their games. I watch them all the time. That's my like. I don't have a favorite team. And I was kind of joking about a second ago. Like I love the Bills growing up. I despise them now, but I don't have a favorite team or anything like that. But I do very much like watching Ravens games.
Brian wants to know what you think of Dan Mullen.
I want to teach somebody to cover someone. I mean, he's great to cover. Love him. Love his personality. Love his Love what he brings to the city, to the community, all that stuff. I think he's gonna be very successful at some point. But it was a little tough to watch that first game. The offense was fun. We got Alex Orji from Michigan. That's fun. They could not cover anybody. They got 4 interceptions, thankfully, to kind of save the day. But yeah, the defense has a lot of work to do between now and next week in Sam Houston. Then a week after that, against UCLA.
Hey, Adam, since we're doing kind of a Q&A with you, and I know you're busy, so I appreciate your time, but I got to ask you this, and I've been seeing this all over social media, and you're perfect because you're the king of Las Vegas. I know you don't have a sandwich, but you are still the king.
Oh, I know what he's going to do. I know what he's going to ask you. Is it true that they were about to trade for Trey Hendrickson? Because there was a source.
That was
an executive asking.
We don't need to talk about our friend and colleague on the show here because I am not going to do it.
Hey, Mexicans make the best corn.
No, I want to know, Adam, because I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed about this, but
Adam Hill is 100 times better than Hondo. That's funny.
Oh.
Who?
Anyway, Adam. All over social media, Adam, and I know the RJ has been running with this topic too as well. But is Vegas really dying and hurting for tourism, and nobody's going to the entertaining capital of the world, and Sin City is dead? Because I think it's just overblown.
Is Vegas dying? No. Is it hurting? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I don't. This isn't a political show. I'll say there's been some decisions that have been made in the area where the Raiders are playing in week 3 that have not helped. International travel is at like an all-time low for a lot of reasons. One reason. But yeah, it's slow, but we've gone through these before. We've gone through these ups and downs. We've gone through peaks and valleys. Vegas will reinvent itself. It'll figure it out. I think international travel is a big one, way down. The other one is corporate ownership that has lost sight of what Vegas was. Paid parking and resort fees and, increased prices at restaurants and all that stuff, does not help. And I think the accountants will look at it and say, hey, once people are here, they're going to pay what they pay. If it's a resort fee, if it's a restaurant's a little more expensive, you're already here, you're going to pay it. And that's true. The problem is, will you come back? Does it leave a bad taste in your mouth? If you don't have a great time and you see problem, or you get home and think about man, I spent way more than I thought I was going to spend because, not because I went and gambled or I went and did this. It was because I had no choice. I had to pay a resort fee. I had to pay this. That's gonna mess people up. So that's the kind of things I think they need to look at pretty closely and try to figure that out.
Yeah, I'm with you. I remember I was living in Vegas when the parking they started charging for parking, and I was like, "What the hell?" I like going down to the strip and making a bet before the mobile betting, but then I had to pay for parking. Joe Morley says, "For real though, Adam Hill is one of the best Raiders beat writers to ask a good question. Can you talk about certainly so? Adam Hill is the guy."
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Adam, the big will Patrick Graham be the Raiders defensive coordinator next year?
I mean, I hope he's a head coach. I don't know that he will be. I think there's some challenges for sure. He's a very, very, very intelligent guy. I would almost say nerd. But I think he comes across when you have a conversation with him, you're like, man, this guy's smart, but he's just so football, and he's used every bit of his immense brain to just learn football. And I don't know how he comes across in interviews because it's dude, tone it down. He's a little bit awkward maybe in that sense. He's a really, I love him. I think he's great. But again, I don't know how he comes across. It was same with Mike McDaniel, right? And by the way, they were, I think Pat was a senior when Mike was a freshman on the Yale football team. And I think Mike McDaniel was going to take a while because he's very awkward when he speaks. And I think same with Patrick Graham. I think there's some similarities in terms of how they probably come across in interviews. But I think Patrick Graham's a really good football coach. He knows what he's talking about, knows what he's doing. Hopefully he gets a head coaching job. But I think even if he doesn't get a head coaching job, maybe he does go elsewhere because it's working really well. I think the union between Patrick Graham and Pete Carroll right now, Patrick Graham kind of teaching Pete Carroll's system, running the show. But I do think he wants to get back to doing, what he wants to do. More instead of, being the guy that's relaying the message, I think he wants to set the message. And so I think he might find a place next year to do that.
Last one for me, Adam. Your thoughts on Canelo versus Crawford?
It's a great fight. It's going to be, obviously first ever fighting event at Allegiant Stadium. A lot of excitement for that. A lot of people coming in. It's cool that the UFC is running it. It's a little bit smoother than most boxing events are run so far in terms of getting information, getting credentials, all those sorts of things. So that's important to me. But for the fans, I think they're going to figure out a way to put on, to make it. I know Dana White doesn't like stadium shows, but I think they're going to find a way to make it appealing on television. I think it's going to be good. I think it'll be a good fight. I think hopefully other big fights like that coming soon. I'm turned off a little bit because I know that, eventually the plan is basically for the UFC to obliterate the Ali Act, and they have friends in Washington that'll probably make that happen, and it'll be bad for the fighters, but good for the fans. So how do you want to evaluate that? I guess to me, I like what's good for the fighters and good for the athletes. I'm always, I made a point. I know I'm going off, but I made a point a couple weeks ago on a podcast that when there's battles between, players and ownership, or, like the union and the owners, why on earth are there any fans that are on the owner side? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, why would you be for the owners? It makes no sense. And then some fan got all furious and wrote me this long thing about, because I want to see my players on my team and I don't care what happens to them. I just want them to be here. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. I'm all for, I think NFL players are underpaid drastically. I think they should get more. I think the union has been bullied. I think they deserve a lot more. They deserve to, to get a lot more benefits and all those things. And then this other side of, I don't care about all that. I just want them to be stuck where they are, and me and my owner get to control them. And I guess if you want to see the world that cynically, I suppose, but I'm for people.
You didn't watch the Jerry Jones documentary on Netflix and come away thinking I really like Jerry a lot more now?
No.
No.
Yo, are you gonna throw that out to Adam, or?
I wanted to ask the question, Charlie, but I appreciate you giving us that money there. I think Adam earned that money, but if you want to, Fernando, you can find a way to ask it, but maybe not a good way to ask. But also, no, actually don't, because you're going to put Adam on a tough spot there. But,
yeah, I don't want to put him in a tough
credit
spot.
to Adam, and this is the last thing for me, and then you can get out of here, Adam. But it goes back to what you were saying about Vegas reinventing itself. And I think, maybe it's not, maybe the casinos are making things worse there. But the reason why I think it's a little overblown is there's just too much sporting events in Las Vegas now. It's a sporting capital of the world. It feels like, at least to me, when you have, that weekend is perfect in September, where you have Canelo Crawford, you got the Raiders in charge of Monday Night Football. I'm sure there's college football on Saturday. So there's just so much going on. And is that,
the UNLV game is no longer. UNLV game is no longer on Saturday. They had to move it for Canelo and Crawford.
Oh, is Canelo Crawford still in the freaking daytime? By the way, I forget about that one. They
haven't announced the time. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I heard it's going to be during the day, but I haven't seen it officially announced yet.
I'm old school, man. Keep that thing at 8 p.m. Pacific. I'm drinking all day.
Gilbert, shut up. I'm sorry. It's your podcast. Shut up. We have deadline, man. We need it early.
As a boxing fan, I want to be in the backyard with a 24-pack of Modelo, waiting all night to see the damn fight.
Guess what? You still can be. It's on Netflix. It's on any time. You can watch it whenever you want.
Not live.
How quickly you forget your roots. What a jerk. What a jerk you are.
You know what? Those 10-minute deadlines I had after a fight, that really made me who I am today. I honestly, one of my biggest skills, I could thrive under pressure. I could crank out a story for 1,000 words in 15 minutes because of those boxing fights. But
so can I. So can I. And I know I take a lot of pride in that. But we don't have 10 o'clock deadlines anymore on Saturday. It's 8 o'clock. So we need it early.
Never mind. Sorry, Adam. But me, I want to be enjoying it. But yes, as a reporter, But anyway, the point is that's why I feel like Vegas is going to be fine because there's too many options for sporting events, and you're going to go watch them. All these games here.
We will probably see you September 12th, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. By the way, to your point, Super Bowl is coming back. NCAA Final Four is coming. The Frozen Four is coming. The hockey finals.
Oh wow.
Everything is coming out. I mean, it's crazy, and there's something in April too, which I don't know about, but you guys I think do.
No, you do.
Oh. Fernando knows.
Yeah,
you do. This year, I'm hoping to be asked to go, but we will see. Hopefully, I get the okay. Last year was
maybe
bullshit.
the strangest event I've ever covered.
No, it's fun.
The quote unquote media. Wow.
Okay, yeah, no, that part is like complete bullshit, but everything else is chill. Adam, just to let the folks out there, remind them it has been 2,094 days since.
Wait, 2,094 days?
2,094 days since?
I don't know.
Ohio State beat Michigan in football.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. I was trying to get Cortland Sutton. That's my bad. I should have.
You're good. You're good. We appreciate you, Adam. Thank you so much. We will see you soon. If you come back to San Diego, obviously you got to let me know, but
not during football season.
Yeah, I know. Not during football season. You don't come out here, but
I saw you the Padres game.
I know. We had fun.
Yeah.
You and your buddy and I. Yeah, we
I saw that. That bobblehead was being sold on like on eBay for quite a bit. I hope you sold that.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I have it right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I gave him my bobblehead and then saw people were buying it on social media. I was like, oh man, I should have held on to that.
Well, you were a little you weren't in your right mindset that day, so maybe that's it. Adam Hill, thank you so much. Adam, what's your Twitter handle or your X handle again?
Adam Hill LVRJ. And I guess I just got a text while we were on this that we're doing Emergency Raiders podcast tonight. So after you guys are done watching that, head on over to Vegas Nation. After you're watching these guys, head to Vegas Nation. We'll do a emergency pod on all the moves the Raiders made today.
Oh, Joe Morley will definitely jump on there. Thank you so much, Adam. You are the best.